All right, we're live again. Let me
Cool.
just verify that. You know what?
Is it good?
Almost. All right. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. This is more of a science project than art. There we go. All right, we're live now. Ladies and gentlemen, we were not done. We are still here. Technology cannot defeat us.
No.
Right, Cammie?
Right. Got that right.
So one of the topics that I wanted to pick your brain around was I've been in the CI space for 18 years now, and I think that it has a track record of being maybe more of a male dominated industry than some other industries, and I do see that changing some. I think you in this role and many of the other powerful women throughout the industry that I hope to have all on this show are certainly part of that difference. But and we try to be part of that difference here at One Firefly. I'd say our staff is at least 50-50, maybe 60-40 women to men. But that my observation, and you can tell me you have a different opinion, is that the industry isn't 50-50. And so I'm wondering if you see that changing, and then how you've managed to build such a successful career in, my perception is more of a male dominated industry. And is that tough, or is it not tough? And it's just, you go, you knock, there's walls or barriers, you knock them down.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot to say on that topic. As I kind of probably alluded to you earlier, when I first started with Leon 5 years ago, I was the only woman at Leon. There was one remote female working for Leon who no longer is with the company. So for me, and granted, I came from a retail industry, which is heavily female. So I wasn't used to it. I didn't understand. So that can be intimidating. But in some way, I mean, most manufacturing, don't quote me on that, but I would say that that's probably a pattern in a lot of manufacturing industries. But it doesn't mean that women never existed within the industry. Not only have I seen that grow, because Leon has well over 20 women, and we're just over 50 employees. So we've definitely grown since I started, and that's a lot of progress in 5 years. Mm-hmm. We have women in directorship roles at Leon that, these roles didn't exist 5 years ago. So it's awesome to see them on both sides, front of house, within our shop. We have women on the lines. So it's really cool to see what it's done just within our company. But what I always say is, it's not that women haven't always existed. I will say that there's very few women. I've seen more now, but certainly not a lot of women doing the account management side, traveling with reps, going to trade shows, training. There's definitely more than I've ever seen before. But for me, definitely a little intimidating. I'm on the younger side of the females in our industry, and definitely the males. So taking that on is intimidating, but it's not uncomfortable, and it's not. You travel and you go in the field, and you get to know why people are in the industry, and they're in the industry for many of the same reasons that we are. For me, I'm really passionate about music. A lot of people in the industry are passionate about music as well, and performance and car audio and just audio in general. It's how did you get here? And so there's a lot of pieces that match together that you're able to really build out an industry that is more aware of the female involvement. So, there's a wonderful organization called Women in Consumer Technology that I'm really involved with, that helps shed light and recognize the women that are in the industry. I don't think it's necessarily that women haven't been in the industry. It's like failure to fully recognize and highlight their effect and their purpose within the industry and how they're impacting the future of the industry. But I will say that the industry, I mean, I'm not the first to say this. I'm not a senior strategy for the industry, but I will say that the new generation is different, and that the new generation is much more female than before. So we're going to be seeing this trend continue on. So it's really exciting, but definitely being involved in organizations like Women in Consumer Technology builds a voice and a community for women. And then all it takes is having male support to understand the importance and the impact that having females involved in roles like account management in directorship positions is very important. And having the support definitely is half the battle.
What advice, if you're willing to share, would you have for any younger people that are getting into this industry at any role, within their company, whether they're client facing or not? What advice would you give them to be successful? Because you've clearly my observation of you, it appears you're on a bit of a rocket to success. And although you've only been in the industry for 4 years now, for maybe going on 5 years. You've really done a tremendous job of growing yourself and performing for your company, which is pretty fantastic. So what advice would you give to others to maybe try to get on a similar track record?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm a big part of Women in Consumer Technology. And I would say that's the first step for me was when you go to CEDIA or when you go to a show, see where the Women in Consumer Technology are meeting and become a part of that community. That's a huge part. We have what we call Connect Circles, which are monthly calls that you can communicate with other women within the industry and really build an interesting bond so that when you go to these shows, you know people, and it helps make this industry seem smaller and more manageable. I will say on the other side, so beyond just becoming a part of the community, building a trusting relationship with allies. I couldn't be comfortable doing what I do if I didn't have team members like Noah, like Bryn, our director at Leon, supporting me. So bringing me into the conversation and treating it like a career and not just, taking on small roles. So having people bring you into the conversation, building alliances with your customer base. So every time that I go to a show, my dealers know I love them. They're a part of my family. They're the part of the Leon family. And so building a community of of people around you that support you and respect you, it takes time, but that's a huge part of feeling comfortable and feeling, like you're making an impact in the industry. And I would say, just like anything else, fake it until you make it. So you
fake it until you make it. I've lived by that rule my entire life. So I love that advice. Camila, what would a dealer out there that's listening to this that maybe is interested in learning more about Leon or becoming a dealer, what are the appropriate next steps they would follow?
Yeah, well, there's several different, avenues to becoming a dealer. You can definitely reach out directly to me. We also have an email address, sales@leonspeakers.com, that you can always reach out to. If you reach out to the info box on our website, that just goes directly to me. And so talk to your manufacturer's rep, say, how can I get Leon in my hands? You can see who our reps are on our website. It's sales@Leon, info@leonspeakers.com. Reach out and I will get you in the right hands to coming on as a dealer.
And I have a special request. Next time we have you on, so you're getting plenty of notice.
Got it.
Can you bring your guitar and sing a song?
Heck yeah, I can.
That'd be awesome. We're not going to have thousands. We're going to have tens of thousands watching the feed to see Camila perform live.
Done it.
Awesome. And I think we're also going to try to have Noah on someday soon. So I appreciate your cooperation and help with getting him booked and scheduled. That'll be great. So, Camila, it's been a pleasure having you on Automation Unplugged. There's so much that I can learn and the industry can learn from your passion and your work ethic and your I think your art of really working hard and playing hard, I think it's really admirable.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on here. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode. I apologize for the technology glitches there, but you know what? Cami persevered with me, and we got it going, and we're back. So when we post this content up on our website, we'll make sure we put both of the videos so that you can see them in their entirety. And Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. And I will see you on the flip side. I think I'm off maybe for a couple of weeks in terms of recording, but I'll be back in early January with a lot of new exciting guests. And, 2017 was an amazing year for One Firefly, and it was actually our 10-year anniversary. And it was our most successful year of growth and profits. It was just all around a great year. And I feel that 2018 is going to be even better. So on that note, I'm checking out. I'll see you next time, and talk to you soon, everyone. Be well. Awesome.